All right. Okay. Welcome everyone. Welcome to another Saturday, another day of Cyberpunk, another Cyberpunk night. Welcome once and all. And all right. So we're live now on Mixer, Twitch, YouTube, and my personal Facebook. And I hope you guys enjoy the night. We're going to play a really cool game that I love actually. And um, and yeah, we are all set. I made some testing. I actually was testing for a long time to make sure that everything was going to work just fine. And um, and yeah, just before we jump into Transistor, which is the game that we will be playing today, it is not aesthetically that Cyberpunk is actually more Art Deco in Cyberpunk, but it is a Cyberpunk game regardless, an RPG. Really cool RPG, has some very interesting mechanics. And it was one of the first games that I played this generation. Actually, came out 2014, if I remember correctly, on PlayStation exclusively. Then it went out to other platforms, PC, Xbox. I think it's available on Switch now. That's what we're gonna play today. It has some really beautiful art direction. It has some beautiful sound design. Really top-notch OST. I think it is a standout on a very standout game. The standout as every Supergiant game is the music score. The score is really beautiful. Something that I used to listen actually outside gaming because it's that good. Same other games like Pyre and of course Bastion, which has one of the most iconic and one of the best sound scores ever. So that's what we're gonna play today. It's a very artistic and very well made game. As I mentioned, I had mentioned this many times. I'm a big fan of Supergiant games. They're really good. I mean, they're really underrated game studios, game developer studios. And I always confuse them with Supermassive games. So if I confuse them, I'm sorry. For some reason, I always confuse them. And the other guys are the ones who made Until Dawn, by the way. Um, okay, they make this very artistically indie. They call indie AAA games. That's how they call them. Uh, Very well written narratives, very polished gameplay, uh, very powerful stories, great characters, and um, and really interesting and really fun games. So yes, they are one of my favorite game studios. Okay, just need to because I just realized something. But the reason why I'm not showing you the game yet is because I will need to relaunch it. Hold on. Um, okay, I need to relaunch it because I needed to come out of my headset, not the speakers. But before we go on to that, I want to talk about last week because last week we had a very we had an unfortunate issues with um, with our stream. We could not I could not stream Deus Ex Invisible War. Um, I did I mean I realized yesterday while I was troubleshooting that it was just not going to be possible. I checked everywhere, and just the way the game is built is I'm not gonna. Okay, it was built for a big studios as Ion Storm. Well, it wasn't even Ion Storm back then. Eidos, a very big studios that are familiar. or primarily PC game developers. They messed up big time with that game. The way the game is built is like this. Every load screen, what it does, and it's actually a DRM that the DRM solution they used. They didn't use any of the DRM solutions we have nowadays, which are also shitty and invasive. That's the main reason why I like playing on GOG. The way it works is every time that you go through a loading screen, the game goes back to the game launcher. It has like a bootstrap application, game launcher application running on the background, and it always is like it puts out of the game and it puts back in. So every time that I did that, the program would crash. The program that I was using to stream would crash, which was directly from the NVIDIA GeForce Experience client. Um, I did it that way because the other, and this was actually the most annoying of the two, streaming, streaming with OBS directly from the capture card was, um, it was a no-go. The game was going into single frame performance. So yeah, it was a no-go. It was not going to be playable. So and I figured it out. I checked around the internet and stuff. Nobody can make it work on one computer. You have to make it work on two computers. I do have all the equipment. I do have a capture card. I do have a computer that I can use for streaming, which I'm going to actually set up that I'm going to try probably during the week for VR streaming. Um, because VR streaming on one computer is just also no go. Because I see the strains the GPU bad, so that's not gonna happen. But anyways, so yeah, I'm gonna try. I didn't deem it worth it actually. I didn't deem it worth it. It was too much hassle to figure it out in that same day. So I took an executive decision and I just did not stream the game live. And that was unfortunate because I was actually looking forward to play that with you guys. But on the other hand, I mean, first of all, we did play Blade Runner on stream, which was not planned. So that's one for another. And second, I still want to give it a little bit of a review. That's why right now I'm not showing the gameplay right now because I don't want to get distracted while I talk about Deus Ex. In fact, I don't even have a Deus Ex picture to show. Let me just find a quick picture just to make like a like a nice podcast style review. Let me just find a quick picture. This one looks nice. No, it's too small. Let's go big. Hold on, guys. It'll be worth it, I promise. There you go. There you go. This works. Uh, hmm. Okay. I'm actually getting good at uh, this thing. Image. New one. No. Oh no, never mind. Yeah. Properties. Let's rename it. Okay. Let me just find the picture that I downloaded. It's not anything special. Just so I can crop it later and make it into a nice podcast style. There you go. Okay, there you go. That's the picture. Okay, that way I can crop it later and make it look more pleasant. Um, there you go. Looks nice. Okay, so I still want to review the game. I still want to give you my thoughts because it was the first time that I ever played it. So I had mentioned many times this is the only main title on the or the mainline title in the series that I have never played live. Have never played. I haven't played the fall either, but that's a spin-off, so doesn't matter. So I really don't count it as mainline. But this one is an official game on the series. Or a mainline title in the series that I've never played. I had always heard really bad things about it. I was expecting very little, and that was good, in fact, because it did allow me to get my expectations blown positively, in a positive matter. I actually enjoy the game a lot. I did enjoy the game a lot. I'm not gonna say that it's the best game ever and is better than the original Deus Ex or anything like that. I don't think. Having played now everything besides the fall, I can tell this is still the black sheep and it's probably the lowest on my list still. But that doesn't mean I dislike it. I actually liked it and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it and I had a lot of fun playing it. In fact, it was a lot of fun. I did play as a female character though. I did play as a female character. It does make a lot of changes. Not a lot of like drastic changes to the story. It plays exactly the same if you play as a guy or as a girl. So it doesn't make any. The story doesn't play different, but the way the characters react to you, and actually some of the things that happen, some of the dialogue, uh, do change a lot. It has, for example, there is some beats of sexist dialogue from some characters like trying to like catcall the MP and Alex Denton. You cannot name the character, so Alex Denton. That's how she's called or he's called. So flirt with the girl and stuff like that. And she doesn't react like that. She's actually very robotic, but it makes sense. It is a very flat and very cold character, but it makes sense. It is not because it's poorly written. It is because that's the way the character is supposed to be. It's a prof child cyborg, so it makes sense on the story. And I want to start with the negatives, the negative things that I found because I um, those are not as interesting as discussing uh, discussing the positive things because if you go check any review on Invisible War, all you'll see is negative stuff. So it's not as interesting in talking about the bad stuff uh, as talking about the good stuff. So there are some issues that are very big that actually make the game not as enjoyable as it could, or doesn't make it realize its full potential, especially on the gameplay part. As I think that's the place where it falls the shortest, although it's not as noticeable at first sight. But okay, let's start with graphics. The graphics, the art style they chose for this entry, and the color palette is, and also the way they use the engine to render the game, the world is very boring and uninteresting. It has a lot of grays, a lot of blues, greens. It has a very cold color palette, and the lighting is very flat. So there are some neon signs and stuff and on the streets, not many because it doesn't have many open streets like Revision, for example, where they did a really good job at adding neon signs and more of a cyberpunk vibe. This game doesn't have that much. It has a few neon signs and a few cyberpunky type of establishments, but they actually look really flat and boring. Everything is gray, everything is blue, everything is green. There is a what is and anything that is not gray or blue is brown. And the color vibrancy is not even that high, and the game looks really boring. Just looking at it, the visuals are very plain and boring, and that actually takes a lot away from uh, the overall vibe. Because if you want to show someone, the game just assess or just show uh, pictures or gameplay without any context, it looks very boring, and it looks very like one of those generic run-of-the-mill shooters. When I go into the positives, I'll elaborate more about how mediocre and run-of-the-mill is. But yeah, the at first sight, the game looks really boring, and it doesn't do anything to make it more interesting. In fact, as you progress the location that you keep going into, they become even more bland and boring. To the point that at the end you go to this place. I'm not gonna spoil it, but you go to this place that is covered on ice, so everything that you see is just white and blues and grays, and um, and that's unfortunate because the first game, even though also relies on a purple brown on a cold color palette, um, it is more interesting even without the revision mod. The revision mod did set the higher standard, and it doesn't even come close to touch the work they did on Mankind Divided and Human Revolution. Even people complains about the golden filter for Human Revolution, but I loved it. I think it gives it a lot of character. Um, it doesn't even come close to touch those games. So yeah, it is. That's one of the biggest faults. I think it's one, and the thing is, that's the very first thing that you see and that you notice when you boot the game, just how bland it looks. And that's sad. Actually, you can see it on the picture that I'm showing right now. It looks just as generic as it comes. If we didn't have the Deus Ex brand right on the upper corner, you'll just figure it's just your middle of the road Halo wannabe game from mid 2000s. So that's unfortunate. The second thing that I think is very another of the fatal flaws of the game that doesn't make it realize the potential is how simple the gameplay is. It is extremely streamlined. It is very streamlined. Um, I don't necessarily think. Okay, I need to offer two perspectives here because it makes a huge difference. Um, as a Deus Ex fan, if you go with the expectations of playing a sequel to Deus Ex, one of the most complicated and best regarded games ever, and one that is rich with gameplay mechanics, the quintessential um, immersive sim. If you go with those expectations, this game is just not going to not even come close. It has a lot of the same philosophies and the same. Uh, it's trying to attempt to keep the same type of gameplay loop and the same type of gameplay mechanics, but they are oversimplified to the extreme. For example, for one of the things that you don't have any RPG elements for starters. So you don't have skills, you don't have status, you don't have equipment. The guns you can modify them, but the modifiers actually don't make much of a difference. Or actually something that I didn't notice unless you gave it like I don't know, like a scope or something. Um, the mods didn't make any difference. You have the biomods, which are interesting. I'll talk More, yeah, they are more interesting actually, and but they are like I don't know if I don't think they are less than what you get on the original Deus. I think it's exactly the same amount of mods that you can get, but they don't even feel like they add much. They do and they don't. Okay, um, um, I once I talk about the positives, I'll go a little bit deeper on that because the biomods do have a lot of positive things, but they also have the thing that they feel very simplified. They don't actually um, I don't know. They don't feel like they make you take. Uh, let's put it this way. They make you choose between things that are useful. That's a good thing. I'll elaborate a little bit further. I actually just committed a pet peeve that I have. I don't like just leaving one point pending and then just tease that I'm going to talk about it later. I hate that. But anyways, um, just to keep everything on the same point on the same topic. Um, they make you choose between useful things, and I do think the biomods here are interesting, and sometimes they actually are better in some regards than the ones on the original game because they are more useful. And it actually has a very cool mechanic, which I will elaborate further a little bit on. But they feel very simplistic, and they give you so many upgrade and biomod canisters. By the way, and this is another way they you notice they simplify. You only have one type of canisters. You don't have to find the upgrade itself and then the upgrade canisters. If you get a biomod canister, you can get either a new mod install or upgrade it with the same. And by the end, I had so many biomods that I could just respec my whole character, respec quote unquote, because you don't respec anything because it doesn't have any RPG elements. So you can respec your mods without any penalty, and which takes me to my next point regards to just how simplified the game is. It is extremely simple. The only time I only die, I think a couple times, and I only die because I myself put me onto unwinnable situations. Like for example, I don't know, like throwing a grenade on my feet or dumb shit like that. The enemies themselves um, are not that smart, and the game does not put much resistance on the way of actual mechanics or actual I mean well planned, well balanced stuff, combat and good AI. And that takes me to my next point, and this is actually separate. The way they kind of build difficulty, a little bit of a uh, fake difficulty or artificial difficulty is you only have one ammo type for everything. You have universal ammo, and it's very little. You can carry very little. You can run through it really fast. So shooting, at least for the first couple hours, shooting is a no go. And the thing is, the stealth mechanics are not even that beefy either to make stealth or taking down enemies a viable option. So the combat itself falls short. The shooting mechanics are fine. They are not like satisfying or good, but they are not bad either. They're just there. They're functional. But and this is something that everybody complains about. So that's what I'm saying. This is not a it's not very interesting talking about the negative things because you will hear the same things from everybody else who reviews the game. Um, the yeah the universal ammo just sucks, and it's not the fact that it sucks because it's universal, but the thing is you fall into many situations when you will run out of ammo. And for example, there are some enemies at the end that explode when you kill them, and there are these parts where you come out of shootouts where you have already run out of ammo, and then you have to face these enemies, which are just difficult by themselves. And if you melee kill them, um, you're gonna die because they're gonna explode like grenade potency in front of your face. So those are the only parts that kind of like, I wouldn't say it frustrated me, because actually I attempted like couple times getting around these, or just completing these sections, and didn't actually take me much of it wasn't very difficult. But yeah, they I and this is something I think Warren Spector himself mentioned in the past, that he didn't actually pay close attention to the team while they were making the game. So and it was made by a lot of inexperienced people, or a lot of people who were leading their very first project. So they did some things that are just no goes, and they had to somehow like make it serviceable at the end. So I think this was just a patch, or just like a band-aid to completely fix, or to fix the combat mechanics, um, because it feels very unpolished and very unthought of. In fact, the fact that the mods don't actually do anything, and there are no biomods that actually help combat on an objective way, or the shooting on an objective way, it makes you feel that the game was not meant to be a shooter, or the shooting was the last thing they thought of when they were making it. Which and just the very last thing that I dislike about the game is the equipment, is the inventory system. The inventory is extremely limited. So you cannot carry a. It is really hard to carry an arsenal. Um, Modifications for the weapons, you can only modify them twice with two different mods. So if, for example, you want to have a like a silenced pistol with piercing bullets or whatnot, and a scope, you cannot do that, and you have to modify another weapon to do to have those capabilities. But the thing is, the inventory is so limited that um, that doesn't make that strategy actually very viable. Plus the fact that every ammo from even the cattle prods, the stomp prods, they use the same ammo. Even the freaking experimental weapons use the same type of ammo. So that just makes the combat, or the raw combat mechanics very unthought of, or like that they run out of time when they were developing it. I don't know how to put it, because that's not simplification. I don't think it was simplified. It was like, it does feel like it was the very last thing they made, and they made it over the clock, like when they had to release this game. That's kind of how it feels like, because headshotting someone, unless you're using a sniper rifle in very specific conditions, um, it is not. You have like this weapon that is supposed to be like an experimental super weapon, and is until the end, it is not even that. It is not better than using a gun, like a regular handgun, and using the tranquilizer darts is not. I found it the most effective way to go through combat. And yeah, those are the things I will hear from anyone actually playing the game. If you play it, those are the things that you can expect. Now, did that make the game less fun? Not at all. I actually, as I mentioned, I enjoy it a lot. So let's move into the things that I found more interesting and more good and more interesting. First of all, the raw graphics. I talked about the art direction. The art direction was bland, but the raw graphics, like how the engine is used, and it's actually very interesting, because they use some technology and something. They use some features of the engine that were just thinking like how games looked back at the day. They were pretty advanced. Like, for example, they have a lot of dynamic shadows. They had a lot of speculars, ambient occlusion, and tessellations and stuff like that that you are like that are really interesting. It does some very interesting things with light, my but very scarcely. It is not like they have like this like the light as the main feature. They could have, because there are some places where they use some lighting tricks that are really good, really well good looking. Um, Especially for example on the nightclubs they have like light projections and stuff that look really cool. If you probably like they cast a few dynamic shadows around that would look even more badass. um, for example, places where you have like homeless people burning cans and stuff, burning garbage, they look really cool. Harsh lights, harsh shadows. Um, the the polycount, the characters, they look highly um, they look like they use they are modeled with a lot of polygons. So the character models themselves look great. The animations are not that good; they are stiff. But it was a 2004 game. So thinking back, I think the closest game we had with good animations was Half-Life 2. But that game was completely out of back in the day was, and it still is in its own league. So no game touched it. So yeah, the animations are not are stiff. They actually look very similar to the first one game. But I don't blame the game, and I don't put that high of a bar on that because they are serviceable. They work well. But the character themselves, the character models are really well rendered. They have really high polygons. I was surprised at the quality of some models. The main characters, the enemies, the NPCs, they are very varied. Just the enemies themselves, uh, but it makes sense because they all wear uniforms and stuff. They look the same, but like things like the vendors and stuff, they actually have very unique looks to each other. Um, there's um, there's a specific faction of characters that or of hyper bionic characters that have a very unique look and a very interesting look. There are penguins on one of the levels, and that's really badass. The mutants look really cool. The greys look really cool. Yeah, the raw graphical prowess put into the game was actually really good. Um, if they just invested the same energy onto the art design, it would have just meant a mind blowing or a mind bending graphical experience. Um, yeah. So, and another thing that, and actually, I did not even mention anything on the negatives because I think everything was really well done, is everything related to sound design and to sound and music. Um, first of all, and this is just a big fuck you to the revision mod. The game does play the Deus Ex theme song on the main screen. And the OG, it is not like a remix version or nothing. It is a remix version. Of course, it's a remastered version, remix version, but it sounds just the way it's supposed to sound, and is extremely nostalgic and extremely badass. And it's a very iconic song. I already mentioned it when I talk about revision, like how much I was that pissed me off the fact that they did not respect that. Um, how this game just nailed it, and it was really pleasant. I was pleasantly surprised to put up the game and be welcomed by that badass theme song. And the music, the original music on the game is really good. The music that is the environmental music is very faithful to Deus Ex, to the series. It's a little bit more electronic, a little more industrial, not industrial. It's a little bit more actually more popish than the OG, but it makes sense on the context of the game because it's way on the future, and yeah, society has moved forward from the collapse because by the end of well, then this is a funny thing about the game. Like the story picks up right up, not right after, years after the original game, but every ending was the right ending. So I'll explain that in a moment. Um, because that's actually that's very interesting. The story and the setting itself is very interesting, and it doesn't well it does and it does not. Um, um, yeah, so the environmental music is really well done. It's really good. He has the same quality as the original game, and the music that plays on the nightclubs, specifically the songs that play on the nightclubs are really good. I actually just spent time on the nightclubs just wandering around listening to the songs playing because they are really good, really good. Remind me a lot of the early 2000s. Post punk rock and uh, and gothic rock and stuff like that. The music that I like, I personally like, so it aligns to my tastes. And they're really good. They're actually legit good. They're like legit like music that you could just play around your house and besides just people look at where are you for listening to 2000s music, but but it's really good, legit good. I actually enjoyed that. The everything that has to do with sound was just really well done. I love that. The other thing that I found actually, and this is what put that actually put the game um, above from being a bad game, made it to be an alright game for me, was the story. It has some bad things because it does some of the things that actually piss me off about Bioshock 2. Some of the things that make me hate Bioshock 2, but the thing is how they use them here is made me actually not hate it. Because they go into more into like religious stuff, religious factions and cults and people like cultish leaders and stuff like that. But the thing is, that's just part of a bigger conspiracy. I'm not gonna go into details of the story because I actually want you guys to pick it up and play the game, and I want you to just learn about the plot twist and stuff in case that you haven't played it. I know it's an old game; it's almost a 20-year-old game, but still, what they do with the story, they spin on a really cool fashion. The fact that all that religious nonsense doesn't get on the way and doesn't ruin the story because it doesn't it doesn't move or doesn't make anything to disrespect the story of the first game. This is something, and just as a little parenthesis, I know many people that has listened to my streams or come into my streams. I even when I started all this series of streams, I started paying up my bet streaming Bioshock 2. Sadly, that has already disappeared, so it's not nowhere to be found. But I did it. That was the very first stream I did on this when I started the chill streams. Um, I paid a bet to the Reboot Robot crew because they know that I hate this game. They know that I despise Bioshock with passion. It is one, and it's not. I won't call it one of the worst games I ever played because it's not a bad game. It's actually a really good game. It's really fun. Um, uh, and but there are two things to me that kill it. First of all, the fucking helmet visor all the time. That just makes the game dumb, look dumb on screen. And the other thing is the story. This is the reason why I hate it so much because the story disrespects the first game. Then this is something, and it's not about the religious cults and stuff like that. It feels like this kid wanted to do a fan fiction that was just fan fiction bigger, better, and grander than the original game, and it disrespects the lore set by the first one. The same goes for Dark Souls 2. Dark Souls 2 has a little more, has a little bit more issues that I got or more bones to pick than Bioshock 2. But the reason why I hate these two games, the main reason why I hate these two games is because they did respect the legacy, the story, and the lore established by the original games. Bioshock Infinite did not do that. Actually, Bioshock Infinite is what it was something similar to Rogue One. It actually made in my eyes. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I'm talking about my experience. Bioshock Infinite actually added to the lore of the original Bioshock. I also kind of fixed Bioshock 2, and Bioshock 2 is just ruins it. and makes everything feel like an amateur fan fiction garbage script. And the thing is, since it's canon, because of course it's the canon sequel to Bioshock, it kind of ruins the story of the first one for me. That's why I hate it so much. That's the main reason why I hate it so much. Because it was made by people that thought that they could do things better or they could fix a story that was already well written. And it was not even thought. They didn't even put much thought on it. They used cliches. They used just any trope they can think of. Tropes are not bad, but they use just the laziest, dumbest tropes, and that's the main reason why I hate it. When I started playing this game and I saw things from Bioshock 2 here, like for example going into religious cults and stuff like that, I was like, no, dude, like get out of here. And I was scared. I thought that I was gonna hate it for that. But then after a while, I noticed that actually they do not give too much importance to these factions, and there are actually bigger things playing on the background. And the story plays note in a good way, plays note by note, very similar to the original game, to the original game, and not only respects the original canon, but it actually uh, puts it, elevates it by uh, first respecting, or taking into consideration the player choice, taking in consideration the player allegiances. Um, and this is another thing that actually this game does better than the original game. It has way more character decision. So you have even like trees of main missions that you can tackle. You can tackle main missions for this faction, or main mission by for this faction, or you can complete both main missions and just play to no one. You can just like give the middle finger to this faction and just do nothing to help them. Um, which which also they don't commit too much to the idea. I mean, it is there and it's cool, and it's something that the original game doesn't do. Because the original game, the mission structure is really straightforward and really linear. This game has a bunch of side missions, and has like the main missions that are like divided sometimes into three different factions, and they will play opposite to each other. Um, the only thing is they don't commit too much to that, because, for example, if you don't do this mission for this faction and do this mission for this faction, these other guys will still like give you opportunities to join them eventually, until you reach a point, almost at the end, where you just become irredeemable to the other factions. And it lets you role play. I know I mentioned at the beginning that this doesn't have many role playing elements. Narratively speaking, it does have role playing elements. So it makes you role play a little bit more. At the ending, I was actually, I reached a certain point to the story when I learned some truths and stuff, and I learned who was behind and what was everybody looking for, which was really cool to know what was the MacGuffin, to call it that way, or the end game of this story. I made up my mind, like, fuck you, these guys. This is what I'm gonna do. This is my decision. This is how I'm gonna play. And even that, even if you commit to that, at the very end, they give you the chance, or they open a path that you never saw, and they let you even take another choice that you had not even considered. And NPCs live or die, depend on your choices. You can even choose who your pilot is, and depending on what pilot you choose, you can either learn about the story, more things about the story, or just like have someone who to commute you from place to place. Um, so when it comes to the writing, and actually the dialogues are interesting, and the dialogues are good, and the the world, like the state of affairs, the state of politics is actually really interesting, because this game is a post apocalyptic game. By Deus Ex, by the original Deus Ex, um, the world was already it was already a shit show, and we was already on the brink of collapse. and the brink of the apocalypse. So it was almost more post-apocalyptic apocalyptic than futuristic. This game happens after a collapse and after and after society starts picking up the pieces from a huge like collapse. I'm talking about something that would bring society to the dark ages, and then you see society pulling through, and it picks up, and things are especially the political structures, they are so foreign and so strange on this world that actually I was trying to figure out how they would work, and I could not work it out like that well. I'm like, how would it be? Because there is not like a centralized government. There's like this, like for example, the World Trade Center. Let's say that the World Trade Center Corp became a big a big corporation, and they're in charge of trades, of trading and police enforcement. Then you have like this religious faction that actually controls all the religious philosophies on the world. Not only um, they actually like have like Christians, Muslims, and Jews. Everybody like it's just one religion, and they are controlled by this centralized organization. And there is no like centralized government. You don't have like a president or anything like that. You have like city states, which are more like corporate city states, and um, and just who has more money has more power. And then like the political wars are more like about like having having your hands or getting your hands on um, on patents and IPs and like technology that the competition doesn't have and stuff like that. So that's 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 what that was to me was very interesting. It made me immerse into the world a lot because I was thinking like how would society be and or how would it be on the real world? Something like this happens like your life belongs to like corporation. There is actually no government. There is actually no like a president figure. um, I don't know, man. It was really cool. It was really cool, and 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 to me that was the saving grace. The fact that I got really invested into the story. I got really invested into the world. Um, it is really short. It's actually shorter than I expected. I I thought it was gonna take me like about 12, 15 hours to finish, and I actually finished it in like 6 hours. So it is really short. It is really short. It doesn't feel that short until I noticed that I finished it like in a couple days. I'm like, oh, this is actually a very short game. Um, but it's good. It's good. I don't think it's a bad game. I don't think it's a bad game. I think it falls short in some places I mentioned, but it has a lot of redeeming factors. And as fan of the series, I would recommend it. I would recommend it if you pick it up with the right expectations. This is, for example, Bioshock Infinite to the original Bioshock. It is not an immersive sim in some situations. Um, they try to. You can tackle missions on many different ways. You can either use hacking skills. You can either use combat and stuff like that. But you can destroy cameras like the way you're supposed to. Um, you can like bribe people. So it has it has a lot of immersive sim. Uh, it has a lot of emergent gameplay, but it's not as polished or it's not as great as it is on the original or even on on the prequels. Oh, and I was talking, yeah, just before I forget, there is actually one thing I was talking about the biomods earlier on, and I mentioned like how just like throw off actually they are not throw off. Um, the thing is they introduced this really cool mechanic that actually we saw kind of pick back up on Human Revolution. I mean on Mankind Divided. You have two type of biomod canisters. You have like regular biomod canisters, and then you have like black market. They're called black market canisters, um, and they use normally the same slot, and you only have one modification per slot. So you can either use regular canisters that are normally like you can find them easier and they don't take you much to get, or you can use this like harder to get quote unquote, because at the end I finished up with like six black market canisters and everything upgraded to max. Canisters that actually have very interesting effects. For example, I picked up the two main things. I have like you have like the choice to to just use a regular like vanilla healing factor or use for other things, and instead you have like this modification on your feet that you can for example get away from your or remove your ability to move silently and not and endure take damage to instead get this like a drone thing that will dissolve enemies. Yeah, like dissolving, like get rid of the dead bodies or even in unconscious bodies, just dissolving into bioorganical material and kill you with that, like uh, pretty much vampirism. So you can pick up a vampirism mod and just not use the other healing mod, which is doesn't have any repercussions. Somebody sees you using it, they don't react to it. It's actually pretty gruesome. If you think about it, how it works is pretty gruesome. But yeah, it is not the AI doesn't react to it, which I would if they would have done that, it would have been like very badass. Um, the other drone, for example, there is another drone that you can make that will detonate enemy rockets and mines and stuff like that far away from you, so you don't take damage. Uh, that's actually a lifesaver. That's actually the mod that saved my or helped me finish the game at the very end. It has really cool callbacks to the original game because it's a straight up sequel. So it picks up a lot from and it doesn't feel like fan service Easter eggs that they just throw there. Important things that happen on the past actually influence the story of this game, and this game has to pick up the pieces from what happened from the original game. So the cast of this game, they actually is like it's just one long story. It doesn't feel like it is two games like, oh, this guy, oh, this happened, oh, like kind of like Junatko thing, like no, like we're still fighting the same fight. Probably the players are not the same. In some cases they are not the same, but it's the same fight that we have been fighting for years. And this is how JC Denton left the world after he did what he did. Now you gotta pick up the pieces and you gotta continue the fight and reach the actual end game, like the actual end of affairs. What they did with JC Denton was extremely badass. I loved what they did to JC Denton here and to Paul Denton because he also shows. Tracer Tongue actually also shows, and he actually also has not as in an important role as in the previous game, but he has an important role. Um, and yeah, those are my thoughts. That's my review. I will recommend it. I will recommend playing it. It's their chip, and you can run it on any computer, just as long as you don't want to capture it. If you don't have a second computer to capture it, you're fine. But I recommend it. I recommend it to those X fans. Just go with the right expectations. It is not as good when it comes to gameplay as the original game. Graphics are the art design is bland and boring, but everything else is very interesting and as something that you can pick up on a weekend and just play through it and 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 say that you finished the Denton saga. And yeah, that's my review. I'm gonna stop it here. I'm gonna change back to the other. God, what the happened? Let's see. I think. Let's see. I think that I messed it up. Yeah, I ruined it. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of this. I'm gonna upload our other picture, our OG picture, and lower is always up. There you go. There you go. There you go. Okay. So yeah. With that said, actually it took longer than I expected, almost an hour. That kind of makes up for not being able to stream the game. So yeah, Okay, let's resume now activities. We're gonna start today with Transistor. Okay, something happened. Something happened this week, and I posted it on my personal Facebook, and I posted it on the Reboot Route Facebook page. And everybody knows about it. Everybody who follows video game news knows about it. It's probably like the most, along with the delay of Final Fantasy VII Remake. This is probably the biggest news of the week. Cyberpunk 2077 was delayed until September, which is it is bad on my hype because I was getting ready to play that game. I am glad I did not schedule vacations. I would be really upset if they if I scheduled vacation time and I did not deliver the game. They delayed it, so good thing I did not. So it's coming up in September. That's gonna give us about 8 months to continue with the Chillstream series. So that means that I can just sit back, relax, play the games, uh, chill. Now it can be an actual chill stream, and it can be an actual chill stream this time. So that's good. That's good. So we can, and I might need to add some more games, some more Cyberpunk games, which I haven't actually thought what to add. There is a couple VR games, Cyberpunk VR games that might be releasing before Cyberpunk releases. So I might, if they are like released there right now on early access, if they come out of early access, I might actually stream those. We might get a System Shock 3 before Cyberpunk 2077 at this point. So that's completely on the cards right now. The I don't think the System Shock 1 remake will make it though. Today I got a backers update and they're still doing a lot of asset building and stuff. So I don't think that's gonna make it this year. But I was thinking about the Snatcher. We can pick up a Snatcher, play it on the PlayStation Mini, and I'm open to suggestions. Any Cyberpunk game, guys, that you think would be worth playing, just feel free to comment. Once we get closer to the end of the chill stream, I'm just gonna post a poll or something to get your guys' suggestions and see what else we can play. We can play to continue with the Cyberpunk series and make this the year of Cyberpunk, and even Final Fantasy VII because that game is kind of Cyberpunk too. Now that I'm thinking about it, it has a mega corporation owning the world. It has a lot of machines. It has a lot of technology and fantasy and stuff. So even that is kind of cyberpunk. So why not? We might even include that if you think it's cyberpunk enough. Yeah, yeah. So let's get started with the main event of the night. We're gonna get started with Transistor. Um, as I mentioned before, Transistor is one of my it's a very it's a game that I like a lot. I actually have very fun, a lot of nice things to say about this. Although there is something weird. Um, Somehow I cannot run it on full screen, so well, at least it's gonna make me switch between this back and forth easily. All right, all right.
Hey, Red.
Okay,
We're not gonna
let's
get away with this, are we?
let's get started once again. Okay, so we're gonna play Transistor. Um, I love this game very much. I love this game very much. It's really interesting, really fun, and it's really tough and it's really hard, actually. Now that I remember. So, all right, let's start from the very start. So we soak in the whole game.
Hey, Red. We're not gonna get away with this, are we?
That music, man.
Come on. Pull.
Let me know, guys, if you cannot hear the music because all the time
There.
I get either or
Together again.
sound issues. something that I like a lot from what these guys make is like that narrator on the narrator on the background speaking and just talking. Um, Even on Hades, and Hades is more subdued than Bastion. Transistor is also more subdued, but I like it. It makes the game really soothing. And but that music, man, just listen to it. It reminds me a lot of a slow dive, and
Nice. Found us already. They want you back, I bet.
yeah, I love a slow dive and
Going again.
shoegaze music. So
Nice. Okay, let's go. Unmarked alley.
I
Start
forgot a lot of the mechanics. I
staying
think
where we are.
if you do not collect the cells, what happens is that
Watch your creeps.
the enemies respawn and they respawn tougher. Uh, oh yeah, and you can make it like turn based. You can play it either as an action, a straight up action game, a hack and slash, or you can just play it as a turn based
Ready.
game. I like playing it on tactical mode more, unless I have like just few enemies on the screen, like one or two enemies on the screen that are not difficult to get around. I play it on action mode. Although, yeah, it's been too long. There's a lot of things I forgot, so I will be remembering stuff as we continue moving forward. And yeah, you can see that the aesthetics of this game are just freaking out of this world,
Hello,
man.
world. Look at all that. We're on the edge of town, 100 blocks away. There's the empty set. Still too close to it. We better get as far from there as possible.
Okay, I think it sounds very low. I'm gonna put up the game audio a little bit because I want you guys to soak on the voice acting and the music. And I'm going to send this not full screen to see if I can get rid of the taskbar. Oh well, I can't. All right, not a big deal. There you go. All right. Yeah, and I'm playing with a controller for the first time
Already up ahead.
on the series. No, actually no.
Here we go.
On Ghost in the Shell playing with a PlayStation controller. How did I? Oh yeah, there you go. No.
Now.
And getting an overkill does something, but I forgot what it does. If it's too loud and you cannot hear my voice, please just let me know, because I am
Hi.
not monitoring
You okay?
the audio out.
I see. Sure. She wants to come along. We can use her.
Oh yeah.
She says hello. Her name's Lillian.
And if I remember correctly, also the loot is randomized.
Hey, get to the
So
plaza.
two gameplays, I don't get the same.
It's you.
I think I don't get the same upgrades.
I'm so
Look
sorry.
at that art, man. Look at
You
that
took
art.
your voice. I couldn't stop them.
The choice of colors, the
But we took
composition,
something of theirs.
and the thing is,
Let's just go.
The thing is, this game combines two things that I love, which is Cyberpunk and Art Deco.
Just,
So it's just
yeah.
beautiful, beautiful. But it's hard though.
Young lady here to
It's
see
hard. I might get stuck a couple times actually. Oh shit. I think if I do this, I should
Let's
be
go.
able to get it without her moving. There you go.
Finally. Oh,
Oh shit. This is what I was talking about.
okay. Side street due east.
And later on it gets tricky. It gets really tricky because those guys become like really hard to kill. They become very hard to kill, so it makes some tight combat sections.
This thing
So
used to be here. Wait a sec.
I think I need to do this and this.
Let's pretend that never happened.
Okay.
Hey, Mr. Moyle, you in there? It's him, all right, but I can barely hear him.
And I'm not sure also if the narration is oh, there you go. This is what I was looking for. The narration is procedurally make, so some dialogue is not the same each playthrough. Although that, don't quote me on that. I'm not sure.
Cut off our escape.
This guy's tough. Don't remember how to kill it, but I know he's tough. Oh snap! And I think it does damage to his friends. Okay,
Hit it.
there you go. Oh snap! I didn't kill him.
Get away from him. Hey,
Yay! Level up. Welcome everyone who's joining.
we're
Bounce.
still here.
Oh, and then you have like builds and stuff. But yeah, that is how
Okay, you're in.
where I fix my builds. Uh, okay. I think we are going to this. Yeah, this upgrade system is also very complicated. It makes some really tough. It makes you choose between some relative
Just one
tough
more
choices.
I want to show you something.
Oh,
Okay, there's a... Wait. Back.
oh snap! Yeah,
That was quick.
that was good. I don't remember what this guy does, but I know he's tougher somehow. Don't remember why though. Oh shit. Oh snap. I could... No, he's gonna kill me before I do that. I could just try and see if I... Okay, jaunt. 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 Okay, so it should give us enough breathing room. Okay, now we should be able to get him. I should be able to jump a couple times. Alright. But I won't have enough room to... Oh snap.
You still hear me?
No, wait. I need to jump. Then that should be good. Okay, just to make sure that it's going to work. Yeah, if you guys notice it, it's kind of like Fallout. It works kind of like Fallout, but like more hardcore because it has like the bat system type of thing. Yeah, but it's of course its own beast.
Yeah, good call.
All
That's our
right,
way out.
so that's
Okay.
the
You see
training
the
mission,
on-ramp.
the tutorial
5
mission.
blocks down. Take the second right. Do not turn left. And
Okay, I won't.
thanks for the lift.
Just look at that art, man. Look at that animation.
Hi. You turn left. Thought we were gonna skip town. We're going back there. You met these things. They do not have a sense of humor. They will track you down, wipe you out, and take whatever's left of me back to those 2-bit Camerata pieces of trash. Look, whatever you're thinking, do me a favor. Don't let me go.
Just look how beautiful that set piece is. And the thing is, it doesn't get any of the artistic things, like this type of animations and stuff. They don't get on the way of the gameplay. The gameplay is also extremely solid, extremely solid. You just don't know what's better, the gameplay
You know what, Mike?
or
Just
just
get
the
me
artistic
past
magic.
this.
This is why they say they are a AAA indie studios. They Supergiant just have this. The guys have this level of ambition on their games, and this is their second game. Actually, Bastion, which I also highly recommend it. It's just gorgeous to look at, and you can play it anywhere. You can play it on Switch. Actually, I might just pick it up on Switch. I already have it like in every other console or and platform.
Sleep or something.
Oh shit, these guys are tough. But of all the games that they made, my favorite so far is this. It's yeah, these guys are tough. Oh snap! I wasted a little bit of my stamina. No.
Oof.
Yeah, trick here is if you want to reposition yourself, this is what you want to do. You want to jaunt, not actually walk, because that's wastes a lot of action points. Oh snap! Shit. Should be able to kill it from here. Yes, I'm saying, guys, it is tough. It is
I'll be
tough.
making time too.
It is tough. Yeah, I like the work of these guys a lot. And I mentioned it in the past.
Not a soul. Hardly recognize this place without the foot traffic.
when I streamed Hades when I got the new microphone. I think I streamed Hades. And I mentioned there that I am a big fan of these guys. Oh yeah, it has a glamour command. She actually has a singing button thing too, if I don't remember correctly. Okay.
Terminal's still up. Must be starving. Sea monster's really the only choice here. Yes.
Okay, sure.
Just have to get back to your place before it gets cold. They're hungry too.
Okay, we can get rid of these guys without.
Left ourselves open for seafood flatbread.
Hades has the potential to be my favorite Supergiant game, although it's still in early access, so I still cannot say that. I need to wait until the game comes out. But it's really good. It's really good. I know some of you PC gamers, you are like very uh,
No queue to
anti.
get in. That's a first.
Oh shit!
This
I
key
ran it.
glitchy.
Oh man, I ran it. Okay, I was gonna say that I know a lot of you are anti-Epic Store, and many did not pick the Hades because it was on Epic Store at the beginning. Right now it's on Steam, so do yourself a favor and pick it up. My stance about the Epic Game Store, I really don't give a shit, honestly. Personally, I am biased against Steam. Uh, because first, their community. It's cool when you are in the community, like going there and like
How about this?
getting help and stuff. When you are in the community, it's really cool. But outside the community, if you are like a console player or somebody who just casually mentions that like something else that is not Steam, is just gets they get vicious. And I hate that because it makes me feel like I'm on a religious cult, and I'm something that I'm just not. I don't like that. So that's the main reason why I don't like Steam. For all of you who didn't know, I mention that every once in a while. And well, the only thing that I care about when I pick my game store is that they sell games. So I really don't care if oh shit, I need to leave enough room to jaunt. Uh, fuck.
Do your worst, pal.
Did I kill him? Oh no. Oh shit.
They're fixing the big guard.
He's gonna get my number. Fuck.
That'll show him.
Oh, I see. He's getting fixed. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, I forgot a lot about this game. Okay, I should be able to get rid of him now. Alright.
All quiet.
Alright. These are the easy fights. And also when you play once you finish the new game plus load. This is actually pretty useful, but this one is also useful. I think yeah, well, I use that. Okay, it's kind of risky because the area of effect attack is very useful, especially later on when I will need more.
Jerk was hiding in here. Whatever here is.
I will need some crowd control abilities. But oh well. What I wish they did, I wish Super Giant made a Doom game. I mean, not a Doom, a Diablo type of dungeon crawler. That would be very badass. We're gonna add this to them. No. Do the breach attack. Okay, yeah. Yeah, because I used that. The thing is, I know, whatever. Just gonna roll with it.
They're saying everyone up and left. Nothing to see here. Admin's just towing the line. Yeah, I'll say.
Yep. That's actually very that's actually
Out of the channel in record
a
time.
fun mechanic here.
8 blocks off.
You find these places where you can post like comments and stuff to like this worst version of social media. This is so cute. And there's actually no reason behind it. I think there is like a side mission or a secret mission. You actually need to do this to complete it. But but yeah, at this point it is just a cute button.
Trouble. Popping up like
Die.
weeds.
You help me. See, that's why this is useful.
You're up.
I think it might have been a bad choice to link it into the breach deck. I should have linked it into the regular smash attack. Because breach is going to be our main attack.
Just passing through.
The regular melee attack is not. I'm not gonna be using that much. I think I can unlink it. In fact, yeah, I think I can. Yeah, there you go. Yes, I am actually more. I am more. Feel better at having it
Get
there.
ready to get jumped. Or not. Let's not stick around.
Yeah, I agree.
Wish we could just sit and watch the world go by.
Yeah, and then the main character, she lost her memories and lost her voice. She was a singer, so that's a thing about this
Got
game.
some kind of cheerleader this time.
There you go. See? This is what I'm talking about. No. Um, I think she does shield me. Yeah, she does shield me. No, what are you doing? That should be good enough.
Okay, it's on.
There you go. Oh, snap. I need to open this. Come on. Come on. Do it. No. Oh, snap. Ah. Okay, let's do this. Let's make her a friend. Ah, she's gonna die. Oh no. There you go. Oh no. She recovered herself. Uh, oh snap. Okay, we gotta get rid of this guy on this turn. If not, we're gonna be toast. Okay, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. See, it is not an easy game. It is hard. The enemies have a very high DPS, and I am very rusty too.
You got on the camera on a short
Look
list.
at that art.
More
Just
than just
look
a
at
name
that
of them
art.
now.
Just look at that beautiful art, man.
Hope you're wearing comfortable shoes. Here we are.
See, I sang here. Well, Red sang here.
Deserted. They know we're here.
The main character reminds me a lot of Jaden Fate from Control.
This lady again. She brought help.
Oh snap. Here. No, what am I doing? Oh, the core. Can we make her a friend? Yeah, we can. No. Okay. Thank you for giving me the bad news.
Get behind something.
Oh snap. I missed. Okay, help me, lady.
Still kicking it. Can't get ready. Think I know where everyone went.
Alright, sorry that I was not chatty. That was a bit difficult. I almost got my ass handed there. I listen to that guitar.
You never missed a show.
Of course I didn't know that was a professional dude.
They left the lights on. A terminal. What's the good word? Hey, you made headlines. Not a word about the Camerata. Trying to keep everyone calm. Maybe they'll post a correction. Yeah, let's keep looking.
All the little details. Not only like the animated stuff, but for example, like the lights, the light reflections, the god rays, the subtle
Let's have a
god
look
rays and
downstairs.
stuff. And all of these, well, not all of these, the models I think are 3D, but everything else is like 2D pre-render and stuff. So I don't have anything to upgrade.
Gotta be a leader somewhere. Pole's a little out of date. Facsimile's finally gonna catch a break.
Of course I'm gonna,
Yeah, if only.
of course I'm gonna vote for myself or for the protagonist. And everything that all the detail that you
When I first saw
see
you
on
up on the stage
screen,
back there, it was like
you can also hear it.
everyone loved you. Everyone except for them.
I highly recommend you listening to the OST for this game and Bastion. Prior to actually all of their games, just listen to anything Super Giant, all the OST by Super Giant games. They're just incredible, incredible. That is what I'm talking about. See? That's what I'm talking about. It is incredible, man.
Where are you? Don't be gone. Please don't be gone. I can't. I'm here. I'm over here. I'm over here. I'm still here. If she's hurt, I'll what? Nothing. Stuck. I'm stuck inside. Am I inside that thing? Hey, is that you? Oh, look at you. Hey, say something already. Say something, will you? Oh no.
Yeah, so that's what happened. That's what brought us to this point.
She's here. Look who it is. Hello again, Sybil. You.
It's gonna be a boss fight,
Lost her
and
damn mind.
it's not going to be. I'm gonna let you soak on the music, anyways.
You okay?
Oh shit.
She must have felt that. She's back.
Mm, I don't know how. I don't remember how this works. I think the point here is to collect a.
You're still here. You're
Oh yeah. Ah. Every time that I lose a. Every time that I lose a health bar, I lose my upgrades. Forgot that part. Ah, that sucks.
just you and her now.
There's a way to recover them too, but I don't remember how. I I think it takes a couple fights or something like that.
Ouch.
So,
Sybil. Round 3.
I messed it up. No.
Have another?
This should be it.
Not again. Not yet. She's finished. Bye, Sybil. Or Trace. Hello again, Sybil.
Well, we're gonna get something in exchange, but yeah, this is.
Where they are. Do you understand?
Yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, that will let us. I think that would let us.
We're going downtown. The
It
process
will.
will be waiting for us.
It will let us open the secret stages for the side missions.
Sybil, after our run-in, I don't think she ever left. With any luck. Better already.
Mhm. No, I think.
It's Nyla. Everybody said she split after Goldwalk Channel opened up. Nobody changed the sky like Yondale. Why her?
All of that is really interesting, as you
Sybil
can
Rise,
imagine.
life of the party. She was bad news from the first. Preston Moyle. Guess he went out joyriding one night and never came back. Lillian Platt used to run the OVC. Said she left for personal reasons.
Yeah, and each one of our functions, which are pretty much our attacks and stuff, they have this type of descriptions, personalities, name attached to them.
You've reached the hopefully not permanent address of Mr. Nobody.
That's the Transistor guy. That's our weapon guy. But I wanted to this. I want to install it on Breach here.
Hey, she's on our side. He'll be back someday.
Oh man, I love this game so much. Look at that. Just look at those.
Camerata. Sybil was their eyes and ears. Got close to you. To us. You were hunting people. Don't know for what.
That's exactly how I got my bone tie right now.
I bet
Like
I
that
know who
guy.
does.
Exactly like that.
I'm gonna ask him why.
Just not as fashionable.
And I have
It's
this
all
feeling
messy
he's
now.
gonna let us know.
Camerata kind of sound like Camarillo, the guys from Vampire the Masquerade.
Close as the river's gonna take us.
I prefer having.
Okay. Road to high rise should be right around the corner. Heads up. These are new. Taking snapshots. Easy, pal.
Thank you, friend.
Still a step ahead. But they haven't stopped us. Isn't that? What do we have?
That's what I'm talking. That's what I'm talking about.
So,
Look at that.
don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't this. Fun. That's Sybil. Always palling up to you and everybody. Showed her true colors back there. Wonder how her Camerata friends are gonna feel knowing she's leading us straight to them.
Our Camarilla. So some R&R time. Yeah, we have a dedicated button for singing. We have two cute buttons. The prancing button and the hand singing button. Best game ever.
Let's try door number 1.
These are actually really tough. These are really tough.
Nothing. Get ready. Good to go.
I don't even remember what I get for this.
We weren't fast enough.
Okay, what do I get?
Whoa, hey.
We will barely make it. Oh no! Snap! I fell. Um, it's actually gonna get tougher. This is actually the easy one. No, what am I doing?
That's one way to do it.
Why don't? If I'm lucky, I should get 3 at once. Oh yeah, there you go. This works. Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Time's running out.
1, 2, 3. 4, 5. Okay. Come on, 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 come on. Thank you. Yep.
Can't even take us on their own turf. Thought there'd be more of them. Now I want to know what's in door number 2.
I want to know what I get if I finish
Hello, what's
this.
this?
I know it was worth it, but I don't remember what I got.
We better go. Everything's like we left it. Was hoping it'd be more like before.
Okay, we should have our function restore. Yeah. No, 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 no. Okay. This is something that needs explaining. This is a way to make the game tougher. Um, what they do, these are like ways. These are like not perks. The contrary to perks. They actually make the game more difficult. And actually, you don't even get anything in exchange. I guess I don't remember what is the point of getting this. But no, I'm not gonna use them. Uh, no, this is only to get more. Only to get more. No, we're gonna do it the other way around. What they do is they give you more experience points. But honestly, no, don't want. I don't wanna. I said that now that Cyberpunk has been delayed, I'm gonna chill. So this is not a challenge run. This is just a chill run. Just retrospective. Just playing through the game, getting to know, showing that to you guys. Don't wanna mess with that because I remember that the game is difficult as is. With that, it's just freaking crazy. It just gets nuts. So no, I'm not going to. I'm not going to do that. Then this we're gonna spawn here. We can't use this anymore. That's alright. I prefer the wolf spawning thing.
They can do their worst. Get him, girl.
Oh snap! Knife.
No sweat. So let me get this straight. The Camerata, they think they can stop you with these process things.
Okay. Okay, hold on. My controller is disconnected, so I want to connect back up. Hold on, guys. Okay. Um. Okay. Okay. We should be good to go. All right. Yeah, my control just got disconnected somehow. The Camarillo.
This is new. It's calling him up.
Oh yeah. Remember this bitch. She's gonna be a toughie. Ah. Okay, I can spawn one on my side.
Solid.
Oh, our friend got killed. Let's spawn a new friend.
That must be how they get here. We better hustle.
Yeah, that's why that girl gets difficult because keeps spawning enemies.
Across the canals.
I actually. Oh, and as you see,
Much nicer
one
than
of
last time
the
we were here.
cool features of this is that you can actually customize your attacks like to the T. Oh shit!
Hey, get back here.
Ah, these guys are freaking pain in the butt.
Hold on.
Actually, as allies are
Weed's working overtime.
they are really good, but as enemies, they're freaking bitch. Oh, really? Oh, come on. Thank you.
Glad that wasn't me. We made
Thank you,
it.
girl. Good job. Alright.
Here we go again.
Huh. This one is useful, but I don't know. Actually, that's the only one I can use anyways. The other one I can use it. Eh, nope. If anything, I'm gonna use that. That one is not as bad. It is bad still, but it's not as bad. I can install this on. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I got the passives. That's right. I forgot that. And actually, I can upgrade my RAM too. That's memory. I can update my memory too. I just don't remember how. Uh, yeah, this one is not actually as bad. We can enable that just so you guys see what it's all about.
Shawsburg was out of control. Thought the admins put him away.
See, every function that we get, they have their own profile and their own story and all that. I'm telling you, dudes, this game is this team. They are superstars, man. When it comes to make games, all the attention to detail, and the thing is, nothing loses quality. The narrative impact of the characters and just like the little details and the heart they put on each one of the characters they write is just freaking beautiful. If anyone is interested in getting into Super Giant games, this is a good. Actually, no, I wouldn't say Transistor is a good starting point because the game is hard. It can be really hard and it can get really annoying at some points for newers. But I would recommend people playing on PC, Hades. People playing on consoles, Bastion. I cannot talk much about Fire because I haven't finished it, and I haven't played enough to actually make my to actually feel that I got the grasp of that game yet. But but it's good. It's good. I mean, what I played is awesome too. Oh shit. Spawn. This is probably the only scenario you want to walk instead of dash. Don't. I need to make her do something.
Golden.
Nice.
I don't like this. Hold on, I want to try something. Hey! Is anyone out there?
Okay,
I thought
you're
so.
the VIP then. That was really helpful, thank you. I don't even think it runs at 60 on PlayStation. Probably on PS Pro it does. I haven't played it on PlayStation in the longest time. I actually have a really fucked up, but in a good way, save file on PS4 because it is extremely difficult on my PS4 save file. Because I got like a couple new game pluses and a lot of limited actives, and the new game plus actually does auto limit. Oh my, why are you? Something's happening to my controller. It's just turning on by itself. It's just disconnecting. What's wrong with you? Why are you losing signal? He's losing signal somehow. How is it played with that? No. Keyboard and mouse, no. I can play it Diablo style or CPR style, CPRPG style. No, but no, I'm not gonna do that. Stuffer, actually. Actually, I can play it like a good old CPR PG. Where to?
Yikes.
Yeah.
They got more friends.
Oh shit, they got more friends.
Just run. Made it. That was 50 of them back there.
Yeah, I was not supposed to fight that one.
Red, have a look out there. Toward high rise.
Look at that.
Traverson Hall. The annex building. They're not there anymore. Half the skyline's disappeared. Whatever's after us, it's spreading. The Camerata. They'd rip this whole town apart. To get us. Or to get away.
That's a vertical poster, man. Why are you disconnecting?
It's that sandbox.
Okay, my controller keeps disconnecting. I'm gonna hardwire it. Hold on 1 second. Okay, sorry for that. All right, I have a Bluetooth dongle. It's working fine. Normally it works fine, but somehow
Shall we?
today just doesn't want to play ball. I don't think it's the batteries because
More of those doors opened up.
I
We're about
just
to shut 'em.
recharged the batteries in my controller, so I hardwired it. But I had to disconnect the Bluetooth dongle.
We're not alone. Hey, she's friendly, I think.
Yeah,
Hi,
man,
Luna.
she's been
Can
helping
I
us.
call you Luna?
Just chill
All
for a
cozy
second.
here. But what's going on out there? Processing. I thought it only wanted you. It wants the whole town.
That looks like the cover for a synthwave album. Actually oh, that's so beautiful. That's really nice.
Door number 3.
Okay.
We're surrounded.
I think the way to do this like this. That should work. Yep.
Oh, wait. Never mind.
It put me in overdrive, but yeah, whatever. More songs, yay! If the music wasn't good, I wouldn't. I actually would. I would
You
be
got it.
upset, but quite the opposite. It's really good. So these collectibles are valuable. They are precious. Let's go to a new song. Okay, Red specifically hums at the song.
But wait,
Alright.
there's more.
Okay, let's try that. Let's try that.
Yep, more sand. Something's changed. Try your moves.
Oh, this is an endurance test. It should not be hard, but it's going to be. It's going to be kind of boring.
Give us a hand. We're caught out.
Oh snap! Let's see. Let's do this. Let's do this guy friendly. Let's do this guy friendly. Oh snap. Don't remember how that works. I really don't remember how that works. No.
They stopped. We won.
I'm actually looking at the stream right now. Somehow they the compression makes the colors look really trippy and really dreamlike. What did we get? Did we get new music? Or what did we get this time?
One of the greats.
I like this better.
What's behind door number 5?
They start getting really hard. If that was difficult, this is going to get really harder. Oh yeah, this one is just. Oh. Okay, let's try this. Okay. Let's try this. This. Position. Breach. Crash. I can install this on breach. Yeah. This works.
It's a fake. Looks real enough.
I think it's just oh, there you go. I think I'm gonna keep that configuration. Oh, and see, that makes me. Oh, I like that configuration.
That's enough of that. Door number 1, round number 2. Ready when you are. Let's see how quick we can do this. Damn it.
I remember this actually. Actually, I do remember this. This is what I did.
almost up.
Got it here. No, 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 no. Seriously?
Set. We'll be quicker next time.
Okay. Okay, I should be fine now. Unless I am not.
Nice shot. Time's almost up. That ought to do it.
Nice. Nice.
Like last time, only better.
I want to get that get function. It's really helpful. Let's go.
Back to reality. Okay, back on track.
I need a terminal because I gotta change my setup.
Time to dance. Dug in their heels this time. Cheerleader psyching them up.
I remember this.
Ready, Luna?
Yeah, I need to change my configuration. I don't. The crash slider doesn't help me, and I think if I link the crash to the if I link the crash to breach, that will be better. So I'm gonna do this. Let's unlink everything. Let's start from scratch. Okay, this guy we're gonna put as passive. That's a given. Did we get anything new? Oh yeah, this guy got new. show my reputation to observe public pranks other and advice feeds us. Hear the nickname of the magician for his many thousands of fans and enjoy executing highly initial and scale performances in Cloudbank's most bustling neighborhoods. His acts grew more ambitious over time, culminating in his promise to skydrop the restricted region of Cold Walk. And right out escaping administrative detection. We're gonna do that. We're gonna read the descriptions because they're really cool. So we're gonna read the descriptions. Not all of them, as we unlock them. We just check them. Okay, so A. We're gonna change bridge to A, and I think if I do this, it's better. And then this, we're gonna put it on B with this. This guy is gonna be on our X button, and John is gonna stay in Y. Alright, like that. I like that setup.
Head on in.
Plus, every time we kill a guy, we become invisible.
Coast is clear.
That will help us collect the cells.
Caddies. Seaside. Cloud Alley. So it's true.
Okay, initiative scrambles to explain some disappearances of historic high-rise landmark. The ever-changing facade of line pending investigation (OPI) as administrators conduct a thorough search of the premises. If you have information pertaining to this report, please contact your local administration. Pause comment, let's see. If anybody's reading this near Traverson, leave as soon as you can read. Red.
Step right up. Help us out. Snapshot shooting faster.
See, that was it was good that we did that change. It was a good call.
What's going on? Hello?
Not this. This, no. This, and then let's see. Come on, girl, get him. Okay, we're gonna get into overload. That might not be good. Oh shit. This fucking chickens are the ones that I dislike the most at this point of the game, and especially when paired with these motherfuckers. Not those the cheerleader guys. Let's see if we can get them both. Oh, it does have its own action points bar. Pretty convenient.
Who else?
Nice. Yeah, those chicken guys are really annoying, especially when paired with the
Stay out of our
cheerleaders.
way. You see this? This is what the Camerata want our town to be. I'll miss this place. Going up. Should be able to get up through here.
There's a way to. Okay, let's see. Let's read a little bit. All right. Lydian Platt, background. One of the preeminent scientific minds in Cloudbank. Miss Lillian Platt was the youngest ever individual to be elected a chairwoman of the OVC board. Under her leadership, the number of OVC terminals in Cloudbank more than doubled, and the quality of the broadcast strengthened more than fourfold. However, she then became the youngest ever individual to leave the post as she tendered a resignation in less than 2 years to pursue extracurricular interests. In private conversation, several of her former colleagues indicate that Miss Platt left following the sudden disappearance of a close personal friend, Mr. Maximilius Darcy, who, according to official OVC transcripts, decided one day to move to the country. Actions taken. Personal records show Miss Platt was preoccupied with certain rumors and urban legends concerning an unusual phenomenon sighted in the northwestern corner of the city, and possible connections between this and the rash of disappearances during the past 12 months. For undisclosed reasons, she did not wish to involve the authorities. Her access to privileged OVC information may have contributed to her decision. Other records show she engaged in clandestine discussions with individuals claiming to have knowledge of the circumstances surrounding her friend's disappearance. She arranged to meet with them one night at an unmarked port near Gold Walk Bay. Okay, we gotta put it on passive to unlock the other. Let's just do that really quick. Let's just do that. Let's see if we can unlock the passive. Not yet. What did we get? Hmm. Shall we? Oh, the thing is, Let's see what we get. Okay, let's just do a fight with this setup to unlock that.
Hope this works.
To unlock that entry, and then we'll switch back to.
High rise.
We'll switch back to how we were. I think we're gonna fight here.
Something's wrong.
Yeah. I knew it.
Get ready. Now.
I think it was a really bad idea to change my setup. Oh my god. And the jaunt, really? I messed it up. I messed it up. Being okay. Ha 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 ha. Okay. No, this not. We're gonna use this. To our main attack. Ha! You're right. Okay, not going to activate it, but both of them suck.
Almost there. Welcome to High Rise. Welcome home. Load up.
Messed up. Okay, we're gonna do this provisionally because I don't like not having my jaunt available.
All set. Something a little faster for a change. Oh. Heal. Stay. Stay. Fetch.
Ah, God. Oh! Shit.
Back in business. Bad boy.
We're gonna get a bunch of us soon. Okay, we're gonna recover our. We're gonna recover soon because there's a terminal right there. No. Fuck you. Okay. Let's do this. This goes here. This is gonna go
I
past
think
it.
it's full.
This here, but it's going to have this. And for the moment, we're gonna do this our main attack. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I think that's better. And actually, actually this is good. Okay. Okay, let's read a little bit. Okay, let's meet our main protagonist. Okay, Red. Background: ranked in the top percentile of Cloudbank's ranked in the top percentile of Cloudbank's contemporary performing artists for 5 years. Red demonstrated early interest in music despite studying at Traverson Hall. Traverson grew many of the city's most ambitious civic planners, though Red spent the majority of her time developing the Academy's nascent art program and was the first on record to select two non-traditional disciplines. Records indicate that she was reluctant to explain, citing personal reasons. She remained reticent even after gaining the spotlight, and when asked about her past and influences, would often say her work spoke for itself. She did admit, however, that she never wrote her music with intent to stir controversy. This is our main protagonist, a tough girl. Career: to appreciate the impact of Rat's music, consider first the current state of Cloudbank's social climate and how it evolved over the past 2 decades. When an altercation finally erupted in the crowd during one of her performances, it was the first such incident in 4 years. It escalated to the point where administrators were summoned to the scene. One of the suspects was banned from the premises. He accused Red of being an instigator and provocateur. Red later stated that it was this moment that she fully understood the potent effect of her music had on people. She decided to take certain precautions from that point, receiving from the spotlight to compose new material in relative privacy. Rumors swirled. Then, once she finally emerged, trouble followed. That's where we at right now. Okay, let's see. Actions taken. Lillian Platt. Actions taken. We already read that, so the final is disappearance. Miss Platt never learned the truth about her vanished friend, although in a brief moment she did learn the truth about the unusual phenomenon. To the camarada, Miss Platt was more of a meddler than an opportunity, one of a scarce few who held some knowledge of their movements. When the time came, they made sure they were nowhere near her last known location. According to OBC, Miss Platt was been missing for more than 2 weeks, and the trail has gone cold. Incidents of foul play have occurred less than once a year, on average for the last 10 years, but authorities have not yet ruled it out in this case. Yeah, she's right now one of our functions. She is helping us to beat bad guys right now. That's what she's doing. Uh-huh. Okay, well, year limiters. Okay, we got new for Shomar. Skydrop. After constructing his personal glider, Miss Shasberg sailed forth one evening from high-rise rooftop to the delight of thousands of onlookers at ground level. Onlookers lost visibility of him as he flew into the dense fog hanging over Goldwalk, though their cheering continued for more than 40 minutes. Mr. Shashberg, meanwhile, completed his skydrop very much as planned. What he did not expect was that several individuals were waiting there for him when he touched down. There's the bill. Alright, that should be all. Oh no, never mind.
Enter Highford went to the country. Precinct did a press conference and everything.
Background: how many cases must one crack to become the most highly decorated detective in the 18th precinct? Even this, Officer Hunter Jalafur knew ahead of time, although he never acted prideful about it. Of course, Officer Jalafur was no mere detective, he was a forecaster. This was one of the rarest and least understood professions in Cloudbank, though the results spoke for themselves. Officer Jalafur possessed an almost uncanny ability to solve any mystery that blew into town. So it was that he became very interested in the reasons why central administrations quietly decided to take down the northwestern edge of the Goldwalk district until further notice. Huh. Okay. Okay.
Used to be able to see the bay from here. Cleaning up the streets. Might as well stop in. Best view in town.
I think this was
It's strange
Red's apartment,
like this.
or
Imagine what it's like for you.
the Transistor's apartment. Don't remember.
Well, at least Junction Jan's delivered. Sea Monster fresh from the bay. Flatbread delivery still going strong. Not so bad when it's cold.
That's cute.
Not that I know anymore. Help yourself, I'm good.
Yep, they did the lever.
How are you gonna... Oh, it all looks fine from up here.
Okay, let's Paul. Let's pull a little bit. Alright,
So the
process
word
spreads
is
to
out.
66% of Cloudbank. Displaying outbreak causes mass relocation efforts across the city. Yeah, right.
If
Designate
anybody's left
urgent. The
here,
entire western half of Cloudbank is now offline as central. The insurgent scrambles to contain a threat and relocate citizens to designated safe zones. Casualty rates are unknown, though missing reports cross 100,000 as of this writing. Okay, authorities deny for knowledge of the epidemic and urge citizens to travel east as soon as possible and to register location requests at their local OVC terminals. If anyone's listening to Camerata
old
are
town's being
behind this.
comprehensive.
Yeah.
Can't even see the canals.
Yeah.
Red, I'm starting to lose you.
Kilos. Kilos. I definitely need my breach. I am doing no freaking damage.
What happened?
Yeah, I rather have my breach. And I think if I chain
You know,
breach
I
and pain,
never
look
thought
at
much of
this.
the high-rise.
Oh, shit.
Far from the water. Then I found out you lived here.
Okay, there you go. Okay, I think I can do this. Move this. Oh, wait. No, 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 no. Oh, shit. I need one more spot. If I change this to this, I'll get... Hmm. Oh, I'm sorry. I am sorry, my own function.
Can't even go for a swim because you're stuck with me.
It's fine.
Think anybody else is in here besides me? I've seen no one. But when I look up to where the sky should be, I see you. And I know you can hear me.
But she can talk.
You can hear me, right?
Ah.
Wave.
Okay, hope it's not many tasks that we gotta
Fetch.
go through.
Good girl.
Oh, come on.
Door 3, one more time.
I think
Hey, watch out.
One turn, huh? Hmm. No! I pressed the wrong button.
Not quite. Scratch that. We're done.
Okay, that was fast. That was quick.
You are quick.
Now we're gonna leave that last.
Lucky door number 4. What do we have this time?
Okay.
There's the bell. Your turn.
Okay, and actually, I think it would be better if we do this. Check this out. We change this here. We put this here. Then we did this. I think this will make more sense. See?
We have a winner.
Ah, that was good. That was fun. That was fun. It's the time ones, the ones that I don't know about.
You felt that, right? Let's give it a shot. Gotta move quick once the process shows up.
What we have?
Become your old friends. We're off. Not much time left. No dice.
That's what I'm telling you about. I'm not really fan of the time ones.
Not much time left. We're back.
It's barely on the nick of the time. In the nick of time, we made it. Okay, let's take a look at our new songs that we just unlocked.
And we're back. In a high rise. Don't know what came over me out there. It was like,
That looks so aesthetic.
well, anyway, whatever it was, it's past. Feels like I'm me again, more or less.
So aesthetic, and it looks actually like like painted with like how they did the album covers in the 80s with aerograph and spray. Really beautiful. Really beautiful stuff.
I'm sure I'll be fine.
All right, so I am going to finish soon. I think we're gonna have a
Back from break.
a boss fight soon.
Double.
We're gonna have a boss fight soon. Wait, what we want to do is we want to crash first, and then this.
Did he fuck up or? And we're gonna get the bad sales with this boy.
That was pretty swell.
Yeah, it was pretty swell indeed, my friend. I agree. I think we have a boss fight nearby. I'm gonna do that, and we're gonna be done for today. We will have 2 more bosses to go.
Been popping up. I kinda miss those.
Okay, let's see. Investigation. Officially speaking, Officer Yellowford could only do so much until the administration provided sufficient clearance for his own safety. But one of the side effects of Officer Yellowford's talent as a forecaster was his insatiable desire to confirm his hypotheses. So he decided to move forward with his investigation, sensing significant trouble and not wanting to sit idly by rather than do his job. What he discovered in Godwork shook Officer Yellowford to his core. He had never seen anything like it, and his hands shook as he prepared his report on the spot. But he ceased transcription when several individuals approached him. He did not expect them either. Oh shit. The plot is getting thicker. Thick. Okay. Immediate response requested. Your input is needed to expedite relief in case emergency. Central authority urges individuals to provide location preference as soon as possible. Why search? More results. So request could not be completed this time. Result no never occurred, but notify you.
I'll notify our local administrator.
Oh sure. That was a waste of time. Which was the point, of course.
Process. You think maybe they're from the Heights?
Mm, oh, I messed up. I pressed the wrong attack.
That's my star.
Okay, that was a little messy.
Handle yourself. Just fine.
Okay, loader. Get. You want me to get this, right? And we're gonna get this. This is actually more useful. Although I'm not gonna use. Ooh, never mind. Yeah, we need more memory. Okay, now we can make more use
I
of
love you
stuff.
so much, Red. You know that, right? We've been down this way before, I think.
Hmm. We can do this. Soon we can actually do more stuff. We will have enough bandwidth to do some cool shit. And we can do this now. That was great. That was a great upgrade. That was really useful. Let's see what. Oh, look at that. Look at that.
What was that?
I remember. I remember this. I
I'm sure
remember
you
this. It's gonna be messy. Yeah, right, dude. It's gonna get messy here.
Top of the town. This tower's changed 1,000 times.
We gotta. I think we gotta fight that
Gotta be
big
pretty old.
worm, but it has a trick to it. I just don't remember what it is.
Central admin sure keeps it tidy.
Nice. Down there is the final. Oh, yeah.
The spine of the world.
No. Yeah, we gotta fight that big snake, but
Every time you cast a vote in this town,
no.
it's tallied, sorted.
List of non-processing items. Are you anyone you know experiencing any following
Another
King's
chance
battle
to
affair,
make
forgetfulness,
Cloudbank a
fatigue?
better place.
Thank you for your feedback. Because how your medical units? Yeah, right.
Seems like you're safe. I take full credit.
Should we?
One of those doors.
I really want to move forward, but I cannot.
Okay.
I feel like not leaving these behind. Hey, and there's one more. Oh gosh, I don't want to leave these behind.
Let's try 4 again.
But I really want to move forward because I need to sleep.
Just have to hang on longer than they can.
We're gonna do the same deal.
Fight's on.
What the? Oh man, I messed up. Or not?
That's it.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. But regardless. Oh. Now we're talking.
got?
This is pretty much the exact same attack I got.
Why not?
Nice. Okay, I'm getting excited because that actually looks really useful. And bounce. Let's see, what do we do with bounce? Okay, let's do this. Let's switch places. This guy's gonna be here. We're gonna have load and bounce. I feel that's gonna create a mess, so, and we'll keep this like this. I feel pretty confident about this. Yep, it pushes back the bad guys. That's good. Okay, now we have something to look forward to on the main game. On our main build.
Go time.
I made it backward. I did it backwards. This lady's dead. This guy be dead too.
Final round. Show 'em.
Oh, come on.
Get out of there.
Okay, that one was fun. That one was fun, and it taught me some interesting things for my story build
Good
that
to
I
be
cannot do
home.
yet. I cannot do yet, I think.
3 it is.
But it was interesting. I got some interesting shit out of that one.
Okay, go for it.
Oh, come on. There's gonna be bullshit. You know what? I don't want to do this. I'm sorry, that's gonna be bullshit.
Good to be home.
Yeah, good to be home. Oh, no, come on. Stability test.
Don't
Okay.
do it again. Draw anything good? Time for some keep away.
Okay, I don't use the slow time because the planning time because that's going to slow. Oh shit! Exactly what I didn't want to do. We're so close.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. We're done.
Okay. Okay, that was a little bit stressful, to be honest, but it was good. It was good too. Okay, we're not gonna do the other one. The other one
Privacy.
can wait. Can wait until next round.
Go. Just
Actually, I just want to complete the boss fight and be done for tonight. Speaking of, next week I might not stream.
anyway, like you
Yeah,
were
but we
saying.
might not. I might not stream to next week because we're gonna have my brothers coming over for holidays, and we might actually have some family time together. So yeah, next week I'm gonna be off the.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna be offline. I'm not gonna be streaming. Oh snap!
Don't mind us.
Yeah, I'm not gonna stream that next week. Most likely. I still don't know because I don't know what we're gonna do. But
I think that was just the
Or I might do it some other day, like Friday. Although Friday might even be more difficult. Sunday
No way to
afternoon.
go but up.
Not sure,
The
but
process took care of
I'll keep you
everything
guys
behind
posted.
us.
Okay, hold on. Let's see my setup. Do I have a? Oh, new one. Okay. Wave Tanigan. Background. Mr. Wave Tanigan traded the quiet life of a sanctuary biker to become one of the Cloudbank's biggest alternative broadcast personalities for his distinct blend of good nature mannerism and incisive social commentary. Straddling the generational bound between the old guard and the new, Mr. Tanigan offered a canny perspective on the many factors influencing the city's evolution. But during one of his many meet and greet events with his listeners, he met a group of individuals who would forever change the course of his life. That's interesting. Alright, that's interesting. They fuck him up. His listeners.
Here they are. I see the spine. So, I'm ready to go. How about now?
Yeah, the battle from this point onward is gonna be like that. We're gonna be harassed by the
Took
tentacle.
off.
That's what I mentioned. It was going to be a
I say
mess.
that already.
Okay, nothing.
Racket towers. Settling every big decision in this town. Head of the Camerata and they're pulling the strings.
Monstrosity attack bracket towers. Eyewitnesses report confirms presence of a massive organism in downtown Cloud
Get to
Bank.
say we were there.
Developing a huge serpentine creature was seen clanging to the bracket towers of the high-rise district early this morning amidst spreading panic and devastation caused by the process outbreak ravaging the city. Administration warns that the creature is extremely dangerous and is to be avoided at all costs. The 18th precinct is launching a full-scale effort to draw the creature away from populated centers. Any residents remaining in high-rise are urged to leave the area immediately.
Red. What? Okay. Okay.
That's kind of cute.
I'm trying. I'm trying.
That's cute.
Go get him. I believe you.
That's cute.
You always have a plan. Hello. How'd you get in there? You know, I have a theory about pointy tail. It's like the closer it gets.
I don't like these dogs. Oh really? The other guy did not die?
Hey, why'd you stop? Almost.
Yes, freaking dogs are very annoying. I remember this. We're gonna get a fight here.
Hey, wanna hear a funny joke?
Sure, go for it.
What's the difference? Never mind. Tell you later.
This is actually kind of creepy. This part right here, and that's the intention of the artist though, because the red lighting and
Red, wait.
the harassing and how everything just came dark and gloomy. I mean, and ominous.
Please be.
There you go.
Oh dear. I can't.
Oh shit.
Losing you. Losing you.
Ah. Oh snap. Oh my fuck. Ah. Ah, come on. I might just as well just freaking restart the whole thing.
Oh, come on. Ah, seriously? Ah, god. Gosh. Just fucking die already. That's a beautiful explosion, but I fucking lost my whole. This is not over. I still gotta do some other stuff. Look at this though. How can you get mad with such a beauty? How can you get mad with such beauty? Yeah, that was creepy. Well deserved though, that was satisfying. But I lost my hope.
Thanks for whatever you did back there.
Hmm. Perch. This one I remember being really helpful. One more passive. Not gonna use them anyways.
The things.
Don't tempt me. Not gonna use them. The one that I got, that's good enough.
Oh, Mark, that's the Hammer's quarter filter. What they want with him.
Okay. This one's good there. Spark. Okay. Don't know what was that. That's the first time I see it.
Where to?
Oh, wait. What did I do? Yeah, my totally shed
No
my
way.
my
Know
payload.
where we are? We're here.
Oh shit! Really? Okay, that's gonna be it for today.
This should lead up to the concourse.
Let's just do the next transition, and we are going to. I'm
They're
going to
letting us
finish the
walk
stream
right
for
in.
today. So as I mentioned, well, I hope you
Looks like
guys
you got a message there.
and girls liked it. I love this game.
Greetings from the Camerata.
I really love this game. So
It's really you. Come all this way. I never had a chance to introduce myself. I'm Asher. But you've come for Grant. Good. I'd let you up, it's just we're stuck. Walled ourselves in. Precautionary measure. So they won't be joining us here either. I better go. Grant needs me.
Hope you're not buying this garbage. At least we know they're here. We'll find them. Maybe they'll be cordial.
Hmm.
sincerely regret any inconvenience or actions may have caused you. Here's your voice back. Here's your body. Have a nice day.
Do you believe that? Okay, this is gonna be it. I'm gonna stop here. All right, so thank you very much for everybody for another awesome night. Yeah, this is a fantastic game. I love it. So I recommend you highly to play it along. If you can play it along with me, that would be fantastic. Play other Supergiant games. They are really a really awesome, talented team of developers. I cannot sing enough praises to them. And well, as I mentioned, I don't know if we're gonna have a stream next week. So I cannot promise anything. But what we're gonna do, what we're gonna have is, um, but we have time now because Cyberpunk got pushed back, so we got time. Um, anyways, thank you very much everybody for joining up. Um, this is a really fun again game to play. From this point onwards, all the games we're gonna play are going to be except by Deus Ex Default, which that I don't know. That's the only unknown. But any game from this point onward is going to be a guarantee badass game. So hope you guys come with me next time. If I cannot do it next week, and then week afterwards. Regardless, thank you very much for sticking up with me today. And remember, boots on the ground. See you next.